Let's talk about Beyond Resurrection now.
Beyond Resurrection was a form made for the Can't Figure Own World campaign in the game Bleach Brave Souls, which was supervised by Kubo himself. Beyond Resurrection Nail is the form she takes when she unleashes her true power in order to gain the power to protect her friends. Beyond Resurrection Nail is one of those resurrections that I could also say is just better in every way. Her regular resurrection, she has those nightlight plates over her shoulders and her arms, but her Beyond Resurrection, it looks like they abandoned that route completely and just opted for a more bestial form, which I think is a better representation of Hollow's evolutions anyway. And then I like that in her Beyond Resurrection, her hair goes from her head all the way down her spine to the end of her tail. That is also like a cool design in my opinion. Honestly, this form has led me to question something pretty important. Where is Nail's hollow hole? But from the information I could gather, Kubo hints that it's either in the middle of her chest or it's literally in her pelvic area. There is no way to know for certain. But if I was to speculate where her hollow hole is, I would say it's either somehow internal or it's just near her pelvic area, because that's what makes the most sense. However, I'm happy he chose to put her Hogyoku in the hilt of her lance instead of her hollow hole, because it still leaves it up for speculation. Because if you didn't know, all the Beyond Resurrections forms, their Hogyoku location tends to mimic their hollow hole. Black fur with the neon hot pink color scheme looks really cool in this form. And the fire on the tail was a must, especially because most of the other Beyond Resurrectionist spotters tend to have some sort of fire on their form. Especially with how they opted to make Nail's lance in this form completely racial, I think it looks really awesome. I think going for the black horns instead of the cracked mask was also a great decision, because it showcases that Nail has evolved past her humiliation. And the colors on her markings of her face now blends with the colors of the markings on her body. In my opinion, Nail's hair is just generally cooler in this form as well, especially with, like I said before, her hair goes all the way from her head all the way down to her tail. That as a design decision was great, because it helped all the colors blend together well, because if they stopped at the hair only, the green would have really stood out among the other colors. And Nail's horse physique in this Beyond Resurrection looks way more profound than it does in her normal resurrection. It's like they opted to make her horse part more bulkier like a workhorse in real life. Like I said before, trading the armor for the fur was a lovely decision, because somehow she still maintains her grace that she usually has, while also somehow looking more tribal at the same time. Like, having her back completely exposed with those markings looks really cool to me. Let me finally talk about her abilities. In her Beyond Resurrection, she has a special attack where she gathers the reishi at the tip of her lance and then shoots it out in multiple directions. Compared to the other Beyond Resurrections of spotters, I think this ultimate was kinda lackluster, but that's besides the point. Even though she wasn't even all that good in the game and her moves wasn't that visually impressive, she's still one of my favorite Beyond Resurrections just off of design. But let me know what y'all think down below.